Pin Slater amidst a six-man tag team match in our main event. So Alexander comes in with a boost. Leon Slater is going to have to repel one of the most gifted wrestlers in the business today. It is all about the TNA X Division Championship, which can trace its lineage all the way back to Huntsville, Alabama, back in 2002, first captured by the phenomenal AJ Styles. What a moment that was at Slammiversary just last month at the UBS Arena on Long Island, New York. Not only did Leon Slater become the youngest X Division champion of all time, dethroning Moose, but he was given the stamp of approval by AJ Styles.
That is not something that Leon Slater takes lightly, I can tell you that. As this early portion of the matchup, giving a little bit of an advantage to Cedric Alexander. This is an interesting one. Both these guys, I think it goes without saying, if you know anything about them, they're fast, they're agile, they fit in the X Division perfectly. However, Slater, a little bit taller, got a little bit more of that reach, using his legs a lot more. Cedric Alexander, though, I'm going to give him the strength. He's a little bit more built. He's got the muscle advantage. What's going to win out where? That's the question.
Slater taking Alexander off his feet and smashing that left leg into the canvas and looking for a Boston Crab, a single leg Boston Crab early on. Alexander gets to the rope, but you can see the fight in both these men early on. An interesting choice there by the younger Slater.
He's stepping up to the more veteran in Cedric Alexander, that is true. He also calls himself the youngest in charge for a reason. He carries himself with that confidence.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, got him with a back elbow. Remember last night in the six-man tag team match, Slater went for that same move and got caught out of midair. It was hit with a lumbar check. That's how Alexander pinned Slater. Slater adapting just 24 hours later.
That's what's made him such a successful competitor at such a young age. And things like that, too, adapting on a dime.
Oh, going to the knee. Obviously, Leon Slater did some damage to that left knee very early on in this match.
That was nasty. That was a great move by Slater, but it was nasty.
Oh, and now Slater goes down hard. First into the turnbuckle, then into the hardest part of the ring.
Great bounce back from Cedric there, but you can see some of the damage has been done. Cedric is limping out here on the floor as you watch this. Cedric Alexander able to fire off this STO right onto the apron.
Back to live action. The apron, the hardest part of the ring where steel meets wood.
I know. You mentioned it just a moment ago. Cedric Alexander closing every match he can with that lumbar check, the knees to the back. And he has his target set on Leon Slater.
Oh, the driver. Tight cover here by Alexander and a kick out by the champion. This is TNA's first ever event in Baltimore, Maryland. TNA Wrestling is seen in 175 countries and heard around the world in English, Spanish, and French. We thank you so much for tuning in live worldwide on TNA Plus for Emergence.
And you can see Alexander, though, still favoring that leg. You saw the way Slater on the apron dropped his knees, hyperextended the leg of Cedric Alexander. I mean, he may have done the damage he needed to at least keep this assault a little bit lesser than it would have been.
Alexander charges in. Big forearm shiver, sending the champion back. Center of the ring, got him with a drop kick. There's a cover, trying to win the title. Oh, and a kick out.
You see the defiance in the eyes of Leon Slater.
Cedric Alexander first arrived on the scene in this company a little bit before Slammiversary, renewing his rivalry with Mustafa Ali at Slammiversary. Here's the cover, trying to win the championship, kick out by Slater.
Cedric Alexander saw what went down at Slammiversary, saw what Leon Slater was capable of, and wanted to get himself a piece of that. The last couple of weeks, it's been a lot of mutual respect between these two. But as I often say, once that bell rings, once you step through those ropes, mutual respect out the door, it is time to whoop some ass.
And the lower back, stiff opened up there for Slater. He couldn't hit that back elbow. That opened the door for Alexander.
Set.
Cover, hook to the leg, trying to win the title. Kicked out by Slater. Both men favoring their injuries, however.
And we talked about Leon Slater doing the damage maybe he needed to, as you see there, to the leg of Cedric. But Cedric's attack on the back of Leon Slater taking its toll as well.
You've known Cedric for a long time. He's lost to Mustafa Ali at Slammiversary. It's the first time ever he had lost to Mustafa Ali in singles competition. Was 6-0 against Ali heading into Slammiversary. How much does that bother you, your experience?
I mean, it's a confidence shaker. I don't care how long you've been missing. You have a streak like that. You kind of, as hard as you might try, you go into a match assuming you're going to have the advantage.
Spine first into the turnbuckles.
But that shakes you. That shakes you to your core.
Shakes your psyche. Forearm in the face, trying to win the title. Kick out by the champion. Another cover. A lot of aggression here from Alexander. Another kick out. A third cover on Slater. Slater won't go away.
Forcing Slater to kick out over and over again. But the inverse in this situation is, as you pointed out, last night, literally 24 hours ago, Cedric Alexander pinfall over Leon Slater. We talk about that psyche. We talk about momentum. Well, Cedric Alexander is the one who built that for himself very, very recently heading into this.
I was very smart there by Alexander moments ago, going for that series of covers all right in a row. You know from experience, forcing him to kick out, putting more pressure on the core, especially for Slater, the damage back.
A lot of pressure on the spine, the small of the back, a lot of cardio too, just to force another human being off of you. There's no easy feat. It's Alexander now raining down these kicks. Cedric Alexander, man, is on a mission to prove himself.
That win last night for Leon Slater and the Rascals. I'm sorry, that win last night for Cedric Alexander and the Rascals against Leon Slater and the Hardys was very, very important. Slater's first pinfall loss in TNA in 4 months that Alexander captured.
Exactly who Cedric Alexander is, exactly what he's capable of. Slater very careful in the corner. What a lariat! Nearly took the head of Cedric Alexander clean off.
Slater bounced off of the turnbuckles, that small of the back, but he gathered himself and boom, connected with this flush.
To your point, I mean, it took everything for Slater to absorb that and fire back, but now he's got to get back to his feet. He's got to turn this offense around.
Slater pulled him a little bit, same with Cedric Alexander. Slater goes back to the left knee.
Nice move there from Slater. Go right back to where you were working before. Finish the job.
Slater lighting up Alexander here. Great opening contest tonight live in Baltimore, Maryland. And emergence face first into the middle turnbuckle goes Alexander.
It's action like this that has put the X Division on the map for over 20 years.
Another crossover by Slater. Here's the cover. Trying to retain. Kicked out by Alexander.
See Slater immediately grabbing right to the small of his back. Again, pain inflicted on both parties here. The leg and the back, two things you cannot afford to have injured in a pro wrestling match. Integral to almost everything you do.
This evening at Emergence, what a matchup to begin the night between Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander for the X Division title. Trying to get Alexander up, was thinking about hitting Utopia there, but the back gave out.
Look out!
On the power bomb, follows it up. Alexander, oh, got him, down goes Slater.
Fisherman driver, is it enough?
Leon Slater gets the left shoulder up in time. I think a fisherman brainbuster it looked like. Well, watch this.
Much nasty. Landed high up on the shoulder. More damage to that back, but somehow Leon digs down deep.
This This is what the X Division is all about. It's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And now Alexander thinking about the lumbar check, going after the pin. Slater very wise, grabbing a hold of the ropes.
Slater knows exactly what's coming. He felt it last night. Holding onto that rope, smart move.
Straight shot right to the kidney. Again, trying to set up with a lumbar check. Slater doing anything to evade.
Trying to fight off Alexander any way he can.
That one had some heat on it.
Nasty.
Think about all the damage that's been done to the back of Leon Slater. Wait a minute! Oh! Slater countered!
What a counter! And can Slater capitalize after that?
Slater countered in midair. Alexander's down.
Absolutely beautiful. Is it time to hit the prettiest move in pro wrestling?
Oh, Leon Slater looking for the swan song for the 50 splash.
Yeah, but Cedric paid for that himself. The injured knee used to block the Swanton 450. Can Cedric even capitalize on his own counter?
Watch this one more time. This was an outstanding counter, mid-move by Leon Slater to prevent the damage of the superplex, and then went for this, the Swanton 450. But Alexander got the knees up. Alexander, a costly sacrifice to stay alive.
Definitely bought him more time, but it might have caused him more pain.
Can Cedric Alexander capture his first title in TNA Wrestling? Can Leon Slater survive his first defense on a TNA Plus Live special?
Again, laser focused on that injured knee, that injured leg of Cedric Alexander. Whoa!
Nice move. German suplex. Slater, a wobbly leg, still on his feet, went for the lariat. Another German.
Alexander is relentless here. We saw this side of him come out this anniversary with Ali. Cedric Alexander will not be denied.
And Slater trying to get back up to his feet to continue the fight, but the damage has been done.
Is it just a matter of time now for Cedric Alexander?
Now Cedric, think about the lumbar check. Elbow strike right to the ear. But for another German, Slater landed on his feet. Does he have him? Does he have him? No, a kick out. Hold on, Alexander, now a kick out. Slater trying to retain. A kick out at two.
Incredible counter, back and forth wrestling here.
Huge right hand by Alexander. What a matchup. This is what the X Division has been all about for over 20 years.
And Cedric, he went out to the apron, collapsed on the outside, that knee giving way yet again. Wait a second. You see where Alexander is, and Slater is primed.
Hold on a second. Big play, Slater.
Fighting through the agony, doing whatever it takes to hold on to his X Division title. And it is things like this that will help cement that legacy of Leon Slater.
The champion wipes out the challenger outside the ring. The title can only change hands via pinfall or submission inside the ring. But Slater going up top.
Slowly but surely, is it time?
Going for the swan.
Oh, Leon Slater looking for another swan song for a 50 splash.
Spanish fly.
Incredible counter from Alexander. Can he hit it?
Oh, he's going for the lumbar check. Slater pressing his shoulders down. Hold on a
Wait a
second.
second. Wait a second.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Styles clash.
Styles clash!
And now, it is Slater who once again climbs to the top. Will the third time be the charm? Will it get it done in this incredible opening contest?
Slater feeling the pain in his back. Cedric Alexander
Swanson 450 splash. Yes.